Hey guys, what's going on? This is Braydon for the win, and this is my bursting rock lobsters guide. So let's get started with the equipment. First things first, I'm going to leave a table of contents in the description so you guys know where to skip to for what part you want to be at. Now back to the equipment. This is some decent gear for if you're on a budget or you just don't want to spend too much on magic equipment. It still gives a good magic attack bonus. It's Mystic Hat, Mystic Body, Mystic Legs, Ceradome Cape, which is free, and you should always wear this even on the higher set one. Amulet of Glory, Magic Book. This is the most expensive thing in the set. It's about 5 mil, but it's still worth it. Ring of Life, Infinity Boots, about 700k, Barros Gloves, and a Water Staff. Now I'm going to show you the high level equipment. This is the more expensive gear. As you can see, it has 132 magic attack bonus now, and a 15% more magic damage bonus. This gear is full Gano with an Amulet of Fury, still the Ceradome Cape, Staff of Light, Seer's Ring, Rage Fire Boots, Infinity Gloves, and an Arcane Spirit Shield. This one will get you the most charms per hour, but it does cost a lot more. Okay guys, the next thing I'm going to show you is the inventory. So you're going to want to bring this. It's called the Vecna Skull. What it does is it's like infinite amount of magic potion. You can keep using it. It takes about 6 minutes I think to recharge. And then it boosts you 6 magic levels, so that's a really good thing to get. It's about 1 mil. I'm bringing 1,000 ice barrages just for the sake of the video, but I would recommend bringing in at least 2,500 casts, somewhere around there, maybe a bit more, because trips can last quite a while. The next thing is the Holy Wrench. The Holy Wrench, what it does is every time you drink a magic potion, it'll actually restore more than it normally would. Ceradome Brew as emergency healing. The Super Restore for the Ceradome Brew, plus it'll restore some prayer points. And then 3 Monkfish just in case you get hurt on your way there. You're going to end up dropping these to collect charms if you didn't eat them. So they're just kind of filler spaces and then a teleport out. Sorry, I almost forgot also the 500 Chaos Runes there are so you can cast Blood Barrage. This is to heal you, so that's why you don't bring much food. Alright, now I'm going to show how to get to Rock Lobsters. We're going to teleport to Camelot, which will bring us here. We're going to run northwest past Sears Village, up here, until we get to Relica. Once we're in Relica, we're going to go to this guy on the docks. If it's your first time going, you're going to have to talk to him, and he's going to tell you that he's traveling to an island. Ask him if you can travel with him, and he'll take you. Once we get to the island, we'll come about here. We have to run up and around all the way until here, and this is the entrance to the dungeon. Now I'm going to show you by running there. I'm going to speed this up so it won't take too long. Also forgot to mention, you're actually going to need to join the friends chat, Bursting Lobs, one word. I'll put what it's called in the description below so you guys know how to spell it. And they open doors inside the cave because it takes 2 people. They do it in World 70, and once you get to the Rock Lobsters, you'll actually hop worlds because they'll probably be full that world. But, yeah, so make sure you hop to World 70 and join Bursting Lobs. And just ask for a DP. I'll explain it in a bit. Okay, so now I'm in World 70 and I found a door partner. So we just kind of prepped, usually rest here because there's a little bit of running to do inside. And, so once he was ready, we went in. So just waiting on him here. Once you get inside, what you gotta do is you gotta pray melee for the first part. And there's 2 doors that you gotta open. The way that you open them is one person stands on one of these circle pillars, which you'll see in a sec. And the other person stands on the one beside it. And then we go to the north one first. Sometimes people go to the north one. Sometimes people go to the south one first. You'll see it here in a sec. So as we're running to the first one, pray melee in the spot because a bunch of people here are only melee. So he stands on the first platform, and there was actually someone in here, so they stood on the second platform. Once that opens, you gotta both run south and open up a second set of doors here. You run past the middle ones there, and you gotta actually open the set here. Okay, I stand on one platform, he stands on the other. He runs through here, and I actually run back to the first door, and I gotta run through the first door now. And the door he ran through right there, he would be praying range once he gets in there, but I continuously pray melee because there's melee people in the north door here. So once you go there, there should be there's 2 pillars. You actually have to use a range attack on them, so you can use Ice Blitz or any of your spells on it, or you can actually range it. But since there's 2 people here already, they ended up taking down both the pillars, but I do point them out here. See the 2 pillars knocked on the ground there? They would actually be up, and you'd actually have to range one. I point to them right there. And then what you gotta do is you gotta climb down here. Once you climb down here, you actually gotta pray Mage. Then when you go down the next set of ladders, you gotta pray Range. I messed up a little bit here and took a bit of damage. That's why you take the Monkfish. Or I wasn't here, but I do take a little bit of damage. And once you get to this part, you actually rest up, and nothing will attack you, so you just sit there and rest. We're ready to go again. So you're praying melee. And once you get down there, you pray Range. And for the next door, you pray Magic, I'm pretty sure. For the next 3, you pray Magic, actually. So this one, the next one's Magic. And then once you go down the ladder again, it's Magic again. Had a little bit of trouble clicking the ladder. So Magic again. And the next one would be Melee. So just run past these guys, and then we're going to have to pray Range on the next ladder here, so get ready to pray Range, and you pray Range. Continue down this hallway. We're pretty close to the rock lobsters now. You get used to it as the more times you do this. Pray Range again. I did a little bit of a mess up there, but that's alright. Just keep praying Range, and then pray Range one more time. At the end of this path should be the rock lobsters. I'm going to show you guys a little spot to where to log out for rock lobsters if the world's full. If not, then you can start bursting it. But actually, I'd recommend hopping worlds as people run by in this world, and it kind of gets annoying sometimes. So when I get down here, here's the rock lobsters. There's someone already bursting in here anyway, so I'm going to show you the spot. It's that corner right there. You just log out, and I'll talk to you guys when I log back in. Now that we're in a free world, I'm going to show you how to collect the rock lobsters. They act just like rock crabs do, that you have to run by them for them to actually move. So I'm just going to get my prayer up. Okay, now that prayer's up, you want to probably set your quick prayers to protect from melee. You want to pray when you're collecting them. So let's pray melee. I'll run by this one. I'll show you it twice so you know. Make sure he doesn't get stuck on the ladder. Just run a bit south and he can get stuck on this one. So you just want to kind of stay in the middle when you're collecting him. So there's 3. We're going to come collect this guy. Make sure they don't get stuck on this wall. Run down here. And this is what, there's a couple guys down here. There's a technique. Go in between these 2 guys. You don't want to get this guy. That guy you do not want to get. Run right here. And then you're going to have to run beside this pole here to trap these guys from attacking you. So you got to run beside the pole. Make sure you go here. It's an important step. Then you want to run up here. You can stop praying once you run up here, and you want to stand exactly in the spot right here. Once you're in here, see that I'm a little bit low health. I'm going to actually use a blood burst on them. Look how much that brings me up. Also, you want to use your skull. Let's use another blood burst to get our health back up. Alright, we're full health now. So now you're just going to want to ice barrage them. I have it on defensive casting because I'm 99 magic and I'm only 98 defense. So it's some pretty decent defense XP as well. So you keep barraging them until they're all dead. You don't want to run down there while they're still alive because they can still hit you. You just want to make sure they're all dead. There should be 9 of them because we left the 10th one down there. Keep barraging. Even if there's one left, you want to keep barraging it. Almost done. And I'm going to get rid of this last monkfish here. Okay, now we can go collect our charms. We got some crimson charms and some green charms. Oh, that wasn't too many crimsons on that one. It varies how much you get. Okay, now we're just going to wait a sec for them to kind of spawn back in. They're spawned back in. We're going to start praying. I'm going to run over here. Get this guy. Okay, and then we're going to run back. Make sure you're straight so he doesn't get caught on the ladder or that pole. When you come back here, you want to run around here. Make sure they don't get stuck on the wall. come back down here. These guys are the guys that can hurt you, but that's alright. We're going to trap them so they aren't bother to us. Run between those two guys, leave that guy, come down here, then run beside this pole. That traps these guys, and then we're going to run back up here, and we can turn off our prayer as we run. Now that we're back up here, I'm just going to wait for them to get into this place, and we're going to start bursting them again. And basically that's it. You just continuously do that until you run out of prayer pots, or in my case, last time that I was here, my Ganodermic completely degraded to 0. That's when I teleported out, and I'll show you guys a screenshot in a few seconds after collecting the charms from these guys. And I'll show you how much I made in the time that it takes to degrade Ganodermic all the way down to 0. So I'm just going to finish up these rock lobsters. If you guys like the guide, make sure you comment, rate, and subscribe. It took me a little bit to make. Oh, yeah, you got to make sure you got to keep clicking on them. Sometimes you just don't attack. And yeah, so if you ever want to heal, you just cast that spell on them once. Just recapping everything, make sure you always draw the power. Another 5 minutes for it, that's alright. Boosted us to 105. Okay. Oh, that should be a good Crimson Charm drop. And 12. Look at that, 10 and 1. It's great. Okay, now I'm going to show you that screenshot. Okay, so here's the screenshot. As you can see that my Gano ran out. This is how many charms I collected. I ended up getting a total of 870 Crimson Charms, 238 Green Charms, 436 Gold Charms, and 20 Blue Charms, which is actually quite a bit of charms. Anyway, so if you like this guide, please rate it. If you really like this guide, add it to your favorites. Wouldn't hurt to leave a comment. Always good. I'll make sure to try to talk to as many of you in the comments. Take care.